PCAT. I like the way this exam sounds because it's like it's like a cat that wants to pee. Okay, all the pharmacists are going to be pissed at me. Hey, welcome back. Thank you for your comments on the video about undergraduate standardized tests or examinations. So today we are going to talk about the graduate school, and I have a paper here because it's a lot of exams so that I don't like tongue twist and things like that. So today we are going to talk about graduate school. Yay. So you've gotten your bachelor's or your master's and you are thinking about getting a graduate degree. First of all, congratulations. So proud of you. Like, just so proud of you and your accomplishments. Okay, moving on. Graduate school gets a little interesting, right? Because it's not one way to get in. And it's very different specializations, if you're interested in going to grad school. And so the exams sometimes will reflect those differences. All right, let's dive in. The first and most common grad school exam is the GRE. Yes, a lot of programs just take the GRE. Honestly, the GRE is, in my opinion, the simplest out of the list of graduate school standardized examination. Again, this is English and math. Tests definitely a higher level of critical reasoning. It's one of the most common ones. In fact, sometimes people end up taking the GRE and something else to go with. All right. The next exam is the GRE Subject. Now, this is similar to the SAT Subject in that it tests specific content areas as opposed to just English and math content areas. You have your sciences there, you do have psychology in the GRE subject and some other subject areas. Now, some schools will require you to take the GRE subject test. Again, you have to check with schools because it's not a common requirement for grad school. All right. The next thing, which is also pretty popular, is the GMAT. So yes, the GMAT, if you're interested, or GMAT, there's no H in the math. GMAT. GMAT, if you're interested in applying for an MBA or some kind of business related degree. All right, the next exam is your LSAT, and LSAT is for people who want to be lawyers, or the lawyers in the house, the people who win arguments in the kitchen and disturb us and terrorize us in the house. Hey sis. Anyway, LSAT is for people who are interested in going to law school. Yes, the exams have started getting more complex and complicated. You need to really prepare for the exam. If you're outside the US, you may find that there are fewer places for you to take exams like the LSAT and some other exams that I'm going to list because it's not as easy to take as the GRE subject or the GRE regular outside the US. All right, so now that we are done with those exams, let's dive into professional medical programs. Now, professional medical programs have a way of just it feels like every one of them has their own special exam for real. But anyway, let's just talk about them. The first one is the MCAT. That one is honestly the queen or king of exams. A lot of people say it's one of the hardest exams, but this is for people who want to go to medical school. The MCAT tests multiple subjects from physics, chemistry, biology, genetics, biochemistry, English, math, research, statistics. It's everything in it. And it actually takes a lot of preparation and time, but you can do it. I believe in you. I so believe in you. Yes, you can do it. You can take the MCAT, pass it, and go to medical school. All right. The next exam is the DAT, D-A-T. And this is for people who want to be dentists. Yeah, they help keep the smile together. This shining beauty right here. So anyway, for all the aspiring dentists in the house, people, are you seeing my struggle today with English language? Okay. Yes, the DAT is for you. All right. The next exam is the PCAT. I like the way this exam sounds because it's like It's like a cat that wants to pee. Okay, all the pharmacists are going to be pissed at me. But the PCAT is for people who want to go to pharmacy school. This exam is very chemistry heavy. Very, very chemistry heavy. But these are the people who are going to be helping us with our drugs, medications, mixing things, knowing how things break up in our body and do what they're supposed to do. All right. The next exam is the OAT. Very easy name to pronounce. And this is for people who want to go to optometry school, help us with our eyes and all that other fun stuff. Last but not the least is your TOEFL or IELTS. Yes. And so when you're applying to graduate school from outside the US and you haven't gotten a first degree in the US, you may be required to take the TOEFL or IELTS. And just like I mentioned in the previous video, this is really because they want to make sure that you are going to be fluent and able to learn in English language. Now, you can get this requirement waived. Some schools will consider how good your GRE English portion is and just be like, okay, they got it. Some other people will consider other things, like if you already have a master's degree, or you wrote a thesis, or you've written papers that become part of your application and they read through and they see that you're pretty sound in English, they could waive that for you. But like I mentioned before, if you can and are able to take it, just go ahead and take it, because it's one thing to need it and not have it. The position you want to be in is to have it and not need it. All right, that brings me to the end of this episode on graduate school examinations. As always, ask me questions. If there's anything that's not clear, there is a supporting blog post to this that has more information on the content area that you see in these exams, and how to really wrap your mind around what exactly they're asking for. All right, until we chat again on our next episode on this series, my name is Winie. I am the founder and lead content creator at Winie Student World. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Have you subscribed? Have you followed? Please.